Today we are going to be discussing the connection between paragraphs and essays. If you think about a paragraph, you could compare it to just a very basic, simple log cabin. Unadorned, unelaborated, not very detailed, versus this detailed, elaborate mansion has so much extra added in, just like an essay. It's bigger, it's more detailed, there's more elaboration, there's more support. Let's take a closer look at what we're talking about. A paragraph is a group of sentences that deals with one idea or one topic, kind of like a one-room cabin. There are several supporting sentences in the middle or body of the paragraph, and it ends with a concluding sentence. It's usually just 7 to 11 sentences. This is a basic paragraph. To audition for the American Idol experience at Disney Hollywood Studios, there are 4 steps that you will have to go through in order to become a contestant on the show. We have our topic sentence. We know that everything in this paragraph is going to relate back to that topic sentence. It's a unit, concise and complete in 7 sentences. An essay, on the other hand, has an introductory paragraph all on its own where it introduces the topic of the essay. It has a concluding paragraph, and then in between the introduction and the conclusion are several body paragraphs that all support whatever it is the topic of the essay is about. It is comparable to this elaborate and decorative log home. An outline can help you organize your ideas into an essay. You don't have to use complete sentences. You just jot down 1 or 2 words to help you organize your ideas. And then each body paragraph begins with a main idea that is related to the topic. And then underneath the main idea are 2 or 3 supporting details. And that will be in every single body paragraph. Each body paragraph is a mini essay in itself because it has a topic sentence and then supporting sentences that relate back to that topic, and all of those body paragraphs work together to support the overall topic of the essay. Here's a blank outline for an essay. Roman numeral 1 is where you would put your topic. This is related to your introductory paragraph. And then Roman numeral 2 would be your body paragraph 1. If you were describing a process, this would be where you would put whatever step 1 of your process is. And then A, B, and C are the details that help describe step 1 of your process. And then your next body paragraph would be step 2 of the process. And then you would have those supporting details that help describe step 2. Same thing for Roman numeral 4. That would be step 3 of your process, and then the supporting details that help describe step 3. You can have additional body paragraphs if your process has additional steps. There's no limit to the number of paragraphs in an essay. This is just a basic guideline. And then Roman numeral 5 is your concluding paragraph, where you sum up the whole entire essay and what it was you wrote about. You don't introduce any new ideas in your conclusion. It's not very long, 3 or 4 sentences, and it's basically a summary of the essay. I wanted to show you what a completed outline for an essay would look like. Taking again the topic of the American Idol audition. You have your Roman numeral 1, where you have your introductory paragraph. 3 or 4 sentences where you broadly introduce the idea of why somebody might audition at Hollywood Studios. In the introductory paragraph, you're not talking about any of the specific steps. You're just introducing the topic. And then Roman numeral 2 is step 1, the initial audition, and then the details that you're going to write about to describe that initial audition. Then you move into your next step, your next paragraph, the second audition, and the details to describe that audition. Then your next step. What do? You sing at the preliminary show, and then the details that you're going to write about in that paragraph. And you go on, and you go through your outline, planning what you're going to write about in each paragraph of your essay. Remember, on an outline, Each Roman numeral represents a new paragraph in your essay. So the first paragraph of an essay is the introduction. It grabs the reader's attention. It introduces the topic. You can grab your reader's attention by starting with a comparison, telling a related story, providing a definition, a question, an opinion statement. The one thing you don't want to do is begin with, in this essay I am going to write about. Avoid telling the reader, in this essay I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Just start doing it. We know what you're going to do in that essay if you just begin doing it. It's stating the obvious when you begin with, in this essay I am going to. The main idea and purpose of your essay should be clear to the reader in that introductory paragraph. It's only going to be 3 or 4 or 5 sentences long. This is a nice introduction example. We have our topic sentence. Many young children grow up watching American Idol and dream of singing on the big stage. They may not realize how much effort goes into actually making it onto the show. When you audition for American Idol at Disney World, there are 4 steps that you have to go through in order to become a contestant. For some, their dreams will come true, while for others, their dreams shatter way before they get the dream ticket to make it to the final rounds of auditioning. Notice in this introduction, we introduced the topic, we gave some background information, we told you that there are 4 steps, but we did not start talking about those steps. We will introduce step 1 in our first body paragraph. Each body paragraph will have its own purpose and its own focus. It's like a little mini essay. You need to make sure that you have plenty of supporting details in each of your body paragraphs. So for each step of your process, you will have anywhere from 5 to 7 to even 10 sentences describing that step. The idea is to be very, very detailed in an essay. Don't leave anything out. This is an example of a body paragraph. The initial audition is an intimidating first step in the process of trying to get a spot on the Idol stage. Notice that we have a topic sentence at the beginning of every paragraph. The topic sentence introduces the reader to the purpose of that paragraph. Here's an example of a second body paragraph. If you're lucky enough to make it through to round 2, you'll be paired with a producer. Okay, now we know that this paragraph is going to be about being paired with a producer. Then we move on to our next body paragraph. The last day of the show features all of the winners in a preliminary show. Now we know we're going to read about the preliminary show step of the process. Each paragraph is its own little unit, its own step of the process. And then we finish off with a concluding paragraph. It brings the essay to a logical end. The reader is left with a deeper understanding of your topic. It can summarize the main points. Sometimes there's even a final idea that the reader is left to ponder. The conclusion is short. It doesn't need to be as detailed as your introduction or even any of your body paragraphs. It can just be 2 or 3 sentences, but you must have a conclusion. It's like a hamburger with only a top bun. Everything falls out the bottom without that conclusion to hold it all together. Here's an example for you. The process of becoming a contestant for American Idol seems simple enough, but you have to keep in mind that just because you made it through 1 round, you still have 3 others to go. While this may seem overwhelming, it is an exciting and character-building process. It never hurts to pursue your dreams. So we're left with this final thought of pursue your dreams. Once you have organized your outline and written your example paragraphs, you need to put it all together using APA format. That includes a title page, Times New Roman font, 12-point, and double line spacing. This is a very important thing in order for your essay to look correct. Your title page should look like this, with your running head, page number, title of your paper in the middle, your name, Rasmussen College, and then author note. Page 2 is where you're going to have your paragraphs clearly indented, double-spaced, Times New Roman, 12-point font. You've got your running head and page numbers. And then page 3, same thing with your running head and the page number. Notice no title on subsequent pages after page 3, or page 2 rather. Hopefully this has helped you to better understand